I'm back with yet 4 different styles. These are 4 different styles that I really like. So they are steamed eggs, sunny side up, soft boil eggs, and Tamagoyaki omelet style. Without further ado, I'm going to show you how I make my favorite style of eggs. So the thing about cooking steamed eggs is that you don't want to cook it on really high temperature or high fire. What you're gonna find is air bubbles. I don't really like having those air bubbles inside because I feel like it takes away the texture of the food. So I cook it on like a medium fire and I cook it for a longer time, and that's what usually helps with the air bubbles. To make sure that it is cooked is I take a chopstick, I poke it at the center. When I pull out the chopstick, see that, or you can feel that the texture is cooked and it's not watery. After I take it out, I like to put in at least 1 spoon of soy sauce. Let the soy sauce drizzle into the dish. So basically, I make sure that the soy sauce gets to the bottom of the dish as well. So next up, we will be making sunny side up eggs. So the first thing I like to do is to put some oil in and then heat up the pan and make sure that it feels very hot. So the whole idea of this is that you have this to a certain temperature, and so when you place the egg down, your bottom side of the egg is going to turn out fried or crispy. Once you do that, you want to put the lid over on top because it's going to help cook the top of the yolk. And then I try to see if there's a white cast over the egg, and that usually gives me a good indication it is cooked to the point I can take it out. Drum roll. Soft-boiled eggs, woo! So this is my favorite egg to put on top of any dish. It's like a nice topping. So what I like to do is have a pot of water come to boil, and then I place the egg in and I roll it around for like 6 minutes to make sure that all surfaces, all edges of the egg are getting cooked. After 6 minutes, I take it out, I run it in cold water to cool it down, and then when it's finally cooled down, that's like 2 or 3 minutes, right? I crack it. And so this is when you know you did a good or bad job, kind of, because the egg whites are not supposed to be super hard. They're kind of soft, but they should not be liquidy. When you're cracking the egg, you will be able to feel whether it's good or not, and then I like cutting it down the middle so that you see that the egg yolk is, you know, nice and soft. The next style that I tried was the Tamagoyaki style, which is a Japanese omelet. You basically are rolling the egg on top of itself and you have multiple layers of egg. So it's not just 1 layer. But in this video, I did 1 layer, and you can see that I struggle with this one a lot more. But basically, you mix the eggs, you season it with salt or whatever other seasoning you want to put, and then you pour it onto a pan. So the pan I have on a medium-high heat. And then you can see that it starts cooking the edges, right? When you have the edges kind of cooked, you want to roll it. You want to roll the edge so that it comes towards the middle. One thing to keep in mind is liquid flowing everywhere. You take it out, you cut it, and there you go. It should be very tender. I like to have like general rule of thumbs. I like to have ranges of things. And so with the eggs, what I've found is that, you know, a general rule of thumb is the amount of water you use. A general rule of thumb is how much salt you use. And so the more you cook, the better you get at it, the better feel you get. And that's what I really like about cooking, is that it varies for every person. But if you find what you like, you're going to be able to create that same dish again and again once you nail down what is working and what isn't working.